admit they've been through it.
Family problems, boyfriend do's and don'ts.
Kelly met Becca at school when Becca walked up to her and said, "I need your schedule so we can be friends."
Starting from that first day, we've been the best of friends ever since, and it's been almost 17 years now. I knew absolutely nothing about date rape drugs except for what you hear that, oh, careful, somebody may slip a roofie into that hunch punch. You know, it was kind of a joke.
Until one night.
My friends were with me all night, and I didn't drink an unusual amount of alcohol.
She left with her designated driver, a man she'd been dating.
On the ride home, I was passing out, going in and out of coherence, and, you know, didn't really know what was happening.
The next morning, she woke with a terrible headache and assumed it was a hangover. Then the nightmares started.
I would wake up screaming, sweating, and sometimes crying. And the one thing that I remembered in almost every dream was that I felt like something or someone was on top of me, and I was trapped.
For weeks, Kelly thought it was stress.
Because here I thought I was crazy for taking a pregnancy test when I hadn't had sex in almost a year.
The test was positive. She called Becca.
We took another test, and the second test was positive as well. And that's when we started putting pieces of that weekend together.
Kelly called her date from that night, and she says he told her she was begging for it.
And then I had a miscarriage a week later.
Kelly stayed quiet for 6 months, not telling anyone but Becca she'd been drugged and raped. Investigators say date rape drugs like GHB and Rohypnol can get past anyone. All it takes is a few drops, a quick squeeze of an eye drop bottle. It's colorless, odorless, and almost tasteless. To deal with the physical and emotional mess she'd been put in, Kelly started counseling with Becca.
She was my rock. She was the person that was going to be there for me, and when I couldn't speak, she would speak for me.
She didn't know how true that would be.
From the time we're young, you know, are you doing it? What's going on? Are you hitting it? You know, we don't even say it when we're adults. So we said, let's talk about it.
Have you guys ever been out partying, had a little too much drink, but you know, you're having a good time, but you meet this person and you're really into them? I mean,
They've talked about it to more than 100 universities trying to fight the stigma they once believed.
We thought rape and things like this were what happened to girls who made stupid choices.
They talk about the guilt they both felt, Kelly for drinking, Becca for leaving her. And they say they're realistic in their approach. They don't tell people not to drink, but rather how to be smart about it. 17 years later, Becca still asks Kelly for her schedule because she'll be there by her side.
I have not had a program that finished that we didn't have at least one person come up to us directly after we spoke or send us an email the following day to say the same thing happened to me. I'm so glad that now I feel like I can talk about it.